Good evening or welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. Tonight we are going for a non-alcoholic beer from Italy, and the beer in question is one that was recommended to me by one of my subscribers, Chris Cooper, and it's this one. I struggled to find it. I say I struggled, it took me a few trips to different supermarkets to find it, but I eventually tracked it down in Tesco's, and the beer is Peroni Libera, and you may notice it is 0.0%. Not a single bit of alcohol is contained within this beer, and I'm not going to pretend to be able to read Italian because the neck label is in Italian. Il gusto sofisticato della birra. Yeah, that's as far as I'm going to go, because the next bit sounds like anal. Anyway, something about eleganza nel mondo. Apologies to any Italians who may be watching for my atrocious attempt at your accent. Anyway, it says here it's brewed and bottled in Italy by Peroni in Rome, imported by Asahi, the people who've recently overtaken Fuller's, I might add. There's nothing really I can tell you about the beer. It's 0% alcohol, totally alcohol free. Best before end is the 12th December 2019. And its ingredients are water, barley malt, Italian maize, hops and natural flavourings, or flavourings. I've noticed a misspelling on the label there. Flavourings. Interesting. Anyway, there are a grand total of 22 calories per 100 ml, so that's what, 73-ish per bottle. So if you're looking for a low calorie beer to stay sensible, this might be your beer. But interestingly, given that it's completely alcohol free, it still has an age rating of 18 plus on the beer. Anyway, I'm talking a load of rubbish now. Let's open her up and taste her, because that's what we're really concerned about. Here we are. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this on. In fact, I will not get this on camera. It almost, in fact, let's try. I don't know if you can see what I can see here. Focus. Come on, focus on the bottle. Didn't want to focus. Anyway, there is a little bit of something in the bottle. Let's see if we can get it when we pour. So let's pour. Oh wow, that is pale. That's crazy pale. And the glass needs a damn clean. Apologies. There we are, we have half a pint. And we got the dregs in the bowl. So it's quite effervescent. It is the colour of straw. Almost the colour of spinal fluid, I think, last time I saw it. Anyway, not that I go dissecting spines or anything, but yeah, it's that kind of straw coloured fluid. Very, very pale. Quite effervescent. The head that was there is dissipating quite quickly. There was about an inch of head. We're now, what, less than half an inch of inconsistent bubbles. There we are, let's have a whiff. Interesting. It's ever so slightly wheaty, which, given the inclusion of maize in the ingredients list, doesn't surprise me. A little bit of hop. I wonder what the natural flavourings are. Anywho, let's have a whiff. Oh, a whiff? A taste. Cheers. The maize, the wheat flavours are really coming through. And that's a good thing, because I like wheat beer. That kind of bready flavour, it works really well. I like that. And there are no weird flavours in this, because sometimes with the alcohol-free beers they put something in to give it a little bit of va-va-voom, shall we say. Big drop lime in their pale, I think Brewdog stick it in Nanny State as well. I think they just stick some soap in there as well for some weird flavours. But this tastes just like a wheat beer with less body. I mean, it's not watery. There is a little bit of body there, that's quite nice. There is something though in the flavour profile that I can't quite put my fingers on. And it is a savoury flavour, and it works really well with the flavours of yeast and bread. It's refreshing, it's light, there's no weird aftertaste. Yeah, this is really good. Which, given that it's Peroni, and I don't like their regular beer, is actually a big surprise. A very big surprise. Let's top her off. Because I like that. I like that a lot. I think if I was driving, well, if I was driving, I would have no complaints about drinking this at all. Zero complaints. So yeah, let's get on to a bit of a score, shall we? What did I pay for it first of all? Well, today this happened to jump in my trolley at Tesco when I spotted it at the corner of my eye, and it was £4.50 for 4. And I think you're getting pretty good value for money there. I think you've got a very tasty, completely and utterly alcohol-free beer for £4.50, and you've got 4 of them. So would I buy it again? Yeah, I would. Do you know, I'm pleased that I like it because it opens up my scope of beers that I can have when I'm on call, or if I'm having a particularly bad week with a diet, because yes, I still follow a bit of a diet to make sure that I don't put my weight loss back on, because I lost about 5 stone and I don't want to get it back. So having a few of these is going to help my cause. So yeah, I'd go and buy it again. So it's going to get at least 3. Would I give it much more than that? Well, let's go through the flavours again. Really just an excuse to drink beer. Right, I like wheat beer. It's a relatively new style to be. I've had it, within the last 12 months, my first real forays into wheat beer, and I've fallen quite head over heels in love with the style. I like bread, I love bread, and the flavour works really well in beer, so yes, it's going to get a higher score. It's not overly hoppy, but that doesn't bother me because I've got that wheat flavour to really back up my taste buds and give them something to enjoy. There's no weird aftertaste, so that's a win. It's got a decent amount of body considering it's completely and utterly alcohol free. Now, whilst it does have flavour, it's not the strongest of flavours. They're not prominent in a particular way. The aftertaste dissipates quite quickly and leaving a sweet finish, which isn't untypical of the style. When I say of the style of a wheat beer, you know. If that flavour lingered a little bit more, I could probably give it very high marks. But, and this is no bad thing at all, I really cannot find anything to dislike. Well, I'm not making a lot of sense there. I cannot find anything negative to say about the beer, and that is a really good thing. And whilst I can say there's nothing I particularly dislike, there's nothing that really gives me a reason to drop points. I think for Peroni Libera 0.0%, I will be doing it a disservice if I scored it anything less. Now, take this into context. I'm scoring alcohol-free beer as alcohol-free beer. It's not in the same scoring pattern as your big 10% dippers and tippers and insert other heavy ABV style here. I couldn't honestly score this less than 4.5 out of 5. I really couldn't, because I like it a lot. I do like it a lot. And given the cost, it's great value for money. I can't say anything. Oh, excuse my chair, it's creaking a little bit. Anyway, yeah, 4.5 out of 5 for Peroni Libera. So ladies and gents, boys and girls, if you're looking for a really tasty wheat beer-esque alcohol-free beer, give this a look. I found it in Tesco's, Chris found it in Sainsbury's, so it's available in most places. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, thank you for watching. I've been Nick and I'll see you again soon for another video. Bye.